15 years ago, the trial of the decade involved, you know, a guy named Puff Daddy, who's now P. Diddy. His name is Sean Combs. But he and Jennifer Lopez were involved in a shooting in a nightclub in New York. It was the trial of the decade. Because 15 years ago, they were the two hottest performers in America, and they were together, and there were hundreds and hundreds of media people following the case every day. And I meet this guy for the first time, and the late Johnny Cochran introduces me to him, and, you know, people think he's just a rapper. He employs 600 people. He's an industry. He's a very impressive man, even 15 years ago. And we meet. And, you know, I'm a short, white Jewish guy, and his whole entourage is not. And he wants me to be his lawyer. And he says to me, first thing you got to do is you got to give me all your numbers. Your home number, your cell number, your office number, and you got to be available 24/7. I said to him 24/6. So he says 24/7. Everybody who works for me is available 24/7. I said, listen, I just want to get this out of the way now because I'm the right guy for this case, I think. But you got to understand something. I observe the Sabbath. And absent a real emergency, I'm not going to answer the phone. He says, well, how are you going to know if it's a real emergency? I says, I have a staff. I have Gentile people who work for me. Here's how it works. If it's a real emergency and if it involves the kind of crisis that allows me in my own mind to justify violating the Sabbath, they send me a fax. I read it. If I agree, I'll pick up the phone. But if the phone rings, I'm not going to answer it. So he says, no, 24/7. I said 24/6. Don't call me Friday night, and if it's important, I'll give you people to call. He says, no, it's you. I said, okay, but remember, not Friday night. So now it's Friday night. And the phone starts to ring. Now, I know it's not an emergency because I have this all set up with my staff. When you represent someone like that, occasionally there's an emergency. There's no fax, and it's a blocked number, so I know it's coming from him. And the phone rings like 1,000 times. You know, most people would hang up after like 50 times. The phone rings like 1,000 times, and I know in my heart that he's testing me. And I don't answer the phone. Saturday night, I call him. I said, were you trying to reach me Friday night? He said, yeah, I was. I said, was it an emergency? He said, no. I said, well, I'm sorry I didn't answer the phone. He says, don't be sorry. He said, I won 10 grand. I said, excuse me? He says, yeah, I bet my homies that you wouldn't pick up the phone.